Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everyone on board. Thanks a lot, all of you, to bring out time to join us. I'm arranging a slightly different sort of uh, a session this time because there will be some people who are not primarily anesthetists, because usually before we were only anesthetists on board. But because I just wanted to expand the horizon, number one, and number two, I have requested some of the people from different part of world to join and enlighten us from the exact situation, because uh, I'm a person who has not worked in Europe or US, but been in touch with the people who are working there, and it's always nice to listen from the people who are directly working there, so that they will give you the most accurate of the information. Okay, so this is one thing. Our main audience were the people who are belonging to anesthesia faculty or anesthesia specialty, but if, for example, anyone other than anesthesia is there, please do let me know, so that I will just tell about that specialty as well. Okay? We will just try to focus on the things which are common to everyone. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
so this is one thing, and since Dr. Mehwish Siddiqui, she is my fellow Iqbalian. She is in US. Because I will start from her. I will just give an introduction for what we are trying to do. Because once we finish the post graduation, this is a big problem for all of us to do think and do what next. Okay, because in majority of time, or like the part of the world which we belong to, there are not very good career opportunities over there. Or even, for example, someone wants to come back to the home country as well. Still, there is a lot of ambition in the minds of a lot of people who are not able to join the residency program in like any part of world before, right after graduation. Okay, so we will just try to look into some of the things which are a possibility after, even if you have finished post graduation. This is one thing. Um, Before, because there are people who are at different stages of their career, and different scenarios, different countries. Even some of the people will be, I know some of the people are from some African countries, or I can see some of the people from different part of the world. So we will just try to, you can drop any question in the chat box. Okay, and I will just try to focus on all the questions. So I will just give Mehwish, do you want to share your screen? If you want, I can let you know. Otherwise, I can open the websites, or I can just help you out in that way. Mehwish will tell some things about the people who have done post graduations, or they have done their USMLEs, and they want to have some career in US. This is number one. And because I know he is always encouraging me even to try, even without USMLE, there are some narrow points which we can target even without USMLE. Those are very few of them, but there are. Okay, Mehwish, so you can please speak out.
Welcome. My name is Mahawat Siddiqui, and I'm research fellow in Cook County Hospital, Chicago, right now. So, for this thought and for guidance of all of you, they can be from graduates, or I think if you are students, whatever situation you is. So, I would start from when you graduate and you have done house job, or if you are graduated, then and you are looking for USMLE pathway. And yes, Dr. Zishan, I would like you to share the screen whenever needed. So when you graduate and you are taking the pathway for USMLE, so first of all, you have to prepare for USMLE exams, and you must be aware of what content you need. Mostly USMLE, UWorld, and first aid is used for that in Kaplan. And our goal is basically doing for USMLE exam is getting into residency. So I would start with what is needed to get into residency, or what is in demand these days. So after USMLE exam and scores, the second stage is US clinical experience. And US clinical experience, when you are a student, you can do as electives, but when you graduate, you need to have observerships and electives. And as I am also a member of MCANA, as you know, Allama Iqbal Medical College, Alumni Association of North America. So under that umbrella, we have Iqbalian YPC, and we have a lot of mentors who are sponsoring mentees from Pakistan there. So you can go through that pathway for sure. So we have a Google form for that, and you can fill out all of your information, your interest or specialty, or which state you want, or what's your visa status. So that's the one pathway you can go for, looking for US clinical experience. The second option, if you are not going through the MCANA pathway, is what I know is that you contact any attending in hospital, either in the community hospital or university hospital. So first, when you get hang of the attending there, the next step is you can go to the website of that program, that hospital, and then apply through their observership link. Most of the programs here, they have observership or volunteer opportunities. So after looking for the attending, you go there and apply for the observership. It's a lot of paperwork and all the record they want from that. So go through there. And after US clinical experience, our main target is to get an LOR. So we need to do good. We need to be involved in our observership and how do you deal with the patient. Mostly during observership, we cannot touch the patient. So we need to, mostly we get involved either in the history or their counseling. So that's the point when attending would observe you, how you are dealing with them or how your skills are. So for that, we need to have good communication skills from the very beginning. So now USMLE exams are done. You are going through the US clinical experience, LOR. And now these days, very important thing that makes your application strong is research experience. So while being in the Pakistan, try to look for some online forums. There are lots on the Facebook and WhatsApp groups are there. So you can connect with them and get involved in the research. And recently I have seen that in Allama Iqbal, there is a very good research guys. They are very actively involved. That's called, I think, AIMC GHL Research Forum, something like that. That's in the Iqbalian group as well. So you can join that. They are working very actively. They have made a group. They are looking for mentors. So I would appreciate all of the Iqbalians to go for that. So these are basically the parameters which are required for getting into residency: good scores, clinical experience in the form of observership, externship, good LORs, and research experience. This was for the graduates who are looking for residence in US and who have not done training in Pakistan or elsewhere. Now, the second pathway I wanted to discuss was those doctors who have done training, like FCS training, or I think there is a 3-year training in cardiology and some other specialties. I'm not very sure about that. So what they can do is, and mostly people are not aware of this pathway. So I would like to highlight upon that. If you have done your postgraduate training, so you can go for fellowships, direct fellowship. You can go for direct fellowship.
Mehwish, your sound has gone down.
That you can apply for that. And for that. So then you fill out the application, you do your, and these three which I have mentioned are most interested for IMGs.
Just a second, Mehwish, I apologize because I think there is some problem in the connection. So either I couldn't listen or and none of them can listen. If you can just repeat the things which you repeated in last 30 seconds.
Okay, I can start from postgraduate training.
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
After postgraduate training, what you can do is fellowship. So I was telling that for fellowship, 3 specialties are most interested for IMGs because they are usually left open in the US. These are nephrology, infectious disease, and geriatric fellowship. So we apply to these fellowship through ERAS, the same portal that is used for residency as well, but you have to get token differently.
This one or different? Is it different?
Yes, nephrology, infectious disease, and geriatrics. No, FRIDA is for, if you can see, go back to FRIDA, please.
This one?
Okay, let me tell you. ERAS is to make your account for, basically that's your account for applying for residency or fellowship. You need that ERAS.
This one, am
And
I
the
right?
second one,
No,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's the
I
first
think,
step.
okay, okay.
Not this one.
Not this one. I think this is
The first one, this is
this
something
one.
else, something political maybe. Go back. No, that's not ERAS. USA, that's just ERAS. Go back, the first one you had.
This
You
one?
can write down ERAS for residency candidates. No. Can you search ERAS for residency? Yeah, this one, AAMC. Yeah. This is American Academy of Medical Council. And ERAS is the first portal that you make an account and you get token and you apply for residency or fellowship. They are two different areas. If I'm talking about residency, then you have to get token for residency. And if for applying for fellowship, then you have to get token, means you have to pay fee like $170 something. To get the token is basically, you can make an account after that.
Okay.
So the second step after, where was I? Yes, you make an account, then you search for, now I'm talking about the fellowship. You
Okay.
search your programs before applying, and that search can be done through Frida, the link that you have opened, Frida.
I request all of you to please mute the mic so that we can. Yes, Frida. Just a second. Let me go there.
Third one was geriatrics. Geriatrics was third one, if you want to write down
Yes.
there.
Yes. Just a second.
Yeah, nephrology,
Okay.
you can apply
And
to anywhere. I mean, GIT,
just because
cardiology, anything.
just because anesthesia people are also there, so I will also add anesthesia
Oh, yes,
ICU
of course.
because
Yes, please.
otherwise these people will think that we are doing something. Actually, I will just add on to what Mehwish is saying, because of course she is the right person. She will these specialities, you can say, they will be in high demand. Okay, because I can second to this thing, because one of my class fellow who did fellowship, sorry, he did residency in Pakistan. He had done USMLE. He does just, I think, done one fellowship or second fellowship, is already working as a nephrologist. Okay, so maybe
खराब कर
maybe
दिया आपने तो सारा वो बकर
you
वो लाओ
maybe
कैंची दो
please, I have a humble
ये
request.
जो
Maybe you know him, Mahavish. His name is Rizwan Bukhari. Okay, so he's
Okay.
already working as, anyways. So please continue. So Frida,
Okay,
the
so
second.
yeah, I'm sorry I didn't mention other specialities. I mentioned those which are usually left open and they are looking for candidates. That's why I mentioned these three. Of course, you can apply to anesthesia, GI. If you are already in GI specialist in Pakistan, why not? If you want to come to US, apply there. Apply
Yes,
for
like
fellowship. They
you
will
can
take
say
you.
this is
Yeah, they will
high.
be happy to.
These specialities which Mahesh has mentioned are high demand. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I didn't mention that. Cardiology, GI, endocrinology, they are like comparative. You need a very good research background, like 20, 30, 40 publications in that and all that. And mostly AM grads and those who have done residency here, IMGs, they go for that. That's why I
So,
didn't mention those. But of
so
course, you can apply for that.
yes, I will. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. Like, I think this is because I never did it. I never did it. I knew about it. So I think that's how they will be searching that. Like, I write anesthesiology. So there you can choose about residency or fellowship. Am I right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then you will find all the programs which are available for you to apply. Of course, it's not like they are waiting for you. Okay, but at least you can compete for these things. Okay, am I right? Am I right in
Yes,
using this
and
word?
especially if you are attending anywhere like Dr. Zishan, but yeah, one thing I want to mention is here, if you have done FCPS or you are attending in any part of the world, in order to apply for these direct fellowships, you need to have ECFMG certificate. And for that certificate, you need to have step 1 and step 2. So that's the tricky part,
Okay,
maybe.
because I'm just interfering every now and then. Actually, people are not aware of this word attendee. I think this is for the one which you
Oh,
will be
okay.
saying is in Pakistan, you will be saying as a specialist or consultant. Okay, so
Yes,
you can say
consultant.
attendee is the one who has finished the residency, am I right?
Yes, who has finished the residency and who is working as consultant.
Consultant. Actually, in Pakistan, even the people who have done DA or MS or MCPS or FCPS or anything, any diploma, anything, they are actually consultant. So they are aware of only this word consultant. Okay. So that's why, sorry,
Okay.
just continue, please. So attendee means consultant.
Yes. Okay. And I said that ECFMG certificate is required for these. And there are a few states, like Tennessee has recently passed a bill that if you are trained in any country of the world, like you have done your training and same you are attending, you are consultant, so you can directly apply for their residency, oh sorry, for jobs in Tennessee.
Sure.
So that's a
Am I
very
right
good
in the
thing, right?
spelling?
No.
I'm sorry.
EENNE That's a little.
Sorry, because
ESSE. Yeah. Double
okay,
E in the end.
double E.
EE. Yeah.
Sorry for my handwriting, and I'm very bad at writing with this silent. Okay. Anyways, so this is one of the state where
So
there
yes,
are some
do
more
search for
options.
that. Yeah, just Google it and you will find out all of the information. But they also require ECFMG certificate. So again, you will need to pass step 1, 2, and then need to get ECFMG certificate. And if in the audience there is somebody who has done step 1 back like many years ago, so I would like to just add that you need to complete all of these steps within 7 years.
7 years.
Yes,
Within
like step
7 years,
1.
you have to pass all of them, like finishing.
Yeah, I mean, within 7 years, you need to get ECFMG certificate.
Sure.
That means you have to pass all of the exams.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Please.
And what else?
Maybe just add on to this thing, because in the COVID time, they had, instead of CS exam, they had opened this OET. So is it still valid? Or they have gone back to CS?
No, CS is no more.
Yes, it's no more. So now we have
Yeah.
step 1, step 2, step 3, and OET. Okay. So OET,
Yes,
they
and
at
OET
what?
comes before step 3. I'm sorry, OET is
Step 3.
part of step 2.
Okay. Okay. Am I right? So
And
this
step
is a
3 is
pathway.
usually required for IMGs because they sponsor visa based on that. So if you need visa, you need to pass step 3 as well.
Okay.
For H1, you cannot get H1 or I think J1 unless you have step 3.
Actually, I will just add on something, because now what's the situation? The problem is that back in Pakistan, Mahwish, I will just take few minutes. Actually, back in Pakistan, the problem is that nobody know about this pathway. Okay. So because nobody knows about it, there is only one word which we listen from all of them. Oh, USML is very strong. USML is very difficult. We cannot do it. Sir, why we should do another residency? Come on, you have done training, unfortunately or fortunately, in a place where the training has no comparison to any part of the world. So unfortunately or fortunately, if you want to be competitive to the world, you have to do something more. But because I have again objection, because as soon as we pass any exam, whether it is DA, MCPS, MS, FCPS, on paper, on there is a post, alhamdulillah, consultant. So actually this is the problem, this which distract us, because we think we have found the world, we have found everything in the world. So if you want to get something good, you have to struggle that for that thing. This is what I want to tell all of you, because majority of people go to UK. We will discuss at the end when Mavish is finished, so I will go back to UK, Ireland, and some words about Saudi Arabia. But that is the best pathway. And what I will tell you, that US is just like diamond, and there is no comparison between diamond and gold. So US is the best. Yes, for that you need to struggle, you need to strive hard. But if like I will tell you that once I plan to do it, and I had a discussion. One of my class fellow, she was very eager to talk to me. Then she asked me the first question, Zishan, how much is your scores in steps? So I said, I'm just planning to do it. She had a hard time with me, and she was very angry that before doing USMLE, what are you talking about? So actually, if you want to get something, you have to do something. Okay. So, but unfortunately, as a whole, we all want to have a shortcut. So there is no shortcut to glory. So message is that if you want to be the best in the world, you have to work the best in the world to be the best in the world. So this is one word I want to tell. Okay. So please, Mahesh, I'm sorry. Continue, please.
I think I'm done. Yeah. I was just
Okay.
going through the messages.
Yes,
chat.
yes, you can have a look, and I will just continue this thing because actually, first of all, if anyone wants to ask a question in person, please raise the hand, and I will take the question, please, before going to UK Island, because that is our cup of tea. We know a lot of things about it, so I will tell UK Island and Gulf countries late after we are done with the this part. So anyone wants to ask any question to Mehwish, so that I can let her go if she wants. If she wants to stay, she is welcome. But if she wants to go, I will not hang her to the end. If you have any question, please ask now related to US and USMLE. And all of you are welcome, please.
So, Assalamualaikum, sir.
Yes.
Thank you for this nice session. So, I have a question. I have
Yeah.
passed FCPS in anesthesiology from Bangladesh.
Okay.
So, is there any options in United States without
Same.
doing steps like you? Is there any opportunities in US for us? Like we have the FCPS and
Yes, yes, I understand.
without the
I got
USMLE,
your
sir,
question. Actually, the options will be Mehwish, just correct me, because the thing will be that there will be, if for example there are 98 programs which need USMLE, maybe 2 programs will not be needing USMLE. Am I right, Mehwish?
right?
I didn't understand. Which two programs don't need USMLE?
He actually
No.
his question was that is there any chance that if that person has background experience but no USMLE to get
Right, sir.
a
Right, sir.
program
No, no.
yes.
Unfortunately, you need ECFMG certificate, and for that you need to pass USMLE step 1 and 2.
Yes.
Understood, sir.
Yes. What
That's
about
fine, sir.
alternative entry pathway? What is that? What do you mean by Yusra? This is what. Okay, yeah, Mehwish, I will just ask you to correct one more thing for me. That I heard that, for example, if you are good in fellowship program and there is an opportunity and the program director is happy with you, the program director can convert you in the residency program. Is it right?
Yes, sorry, I forgot to continue from there. When you are done fellowship, like you did FCPS in Pakistan or any other country, and then you do fellowship in whatever specialty you are interested, then after that fellowship, there are 3 pathways. Either you go back to Pakistan with that specialization, and second is you do residency again in US in any part, like in internal medicine, family medicine, or whatever specialty is, anesthesia. And third option is if the hospital allows the same hospital in which you have done fellowship, they can keep you as the faculty there. And there is a route to American Board of Internal Medicine that if you do 3 years of that faculty work after your fellowship in the same hospital, then you get the license and you can take board exams and you can practice as any other normal routine route.
Okay, so this is something even new for me because somebody told me that if you have one fellowship and then second fellowship and then third fellowship and then fourth fellowship, you can become registered as consultant. So you are telling something else. This is even another pathway which I didn't know. So this is also valid, Mehwish, that if they do another fellowship and another fellowship and another fellowship and then 4 fellowships is all counted as a residency. Am I right?
This is basically the American Board of Internal Medicine. They require certain time period that you spend in ACGME accredited programs.
Okay.
So if your fellowship, you're
ACGME
saying
is
like
stand
different?
for no.
American
Actually, American College of
Graduate Medical Education.
Graduate Medical Education. Okay. Actually, no.
Yeah,
I was just saying that you are saying that only in faculty. Okay. I know a few people who are in faculty, but I didn't know that they will get the license as well. I met some Egyptian in the same thing. He was working. Even I think he was doing some research. He was not even did not do any fellowship. I met him a few years ago. Anyways, so my point was that you are saying that if they are allowed to work in a faculty, after a few years they can have the exams and they can become consultant. This is one part.
yes,
And the other part
5
that
years.
yes,
Total
and if
time
they
is
are
5 years.
5 years, okay.
2 years of fellowship and 3 years of attending work in the same hospital, and very less number of people know this route.
Yes. Okay, so one more thing, Mehwish, that what about doing more fellowships? Like that, for example, one of my friend, he's from Pakistan. He did his residency in Qatar. He had done USMLE, and he went to US, and he had finished 3 or I think 4 fellowships. And I did not contact him for some time. He told me actually he was not interested in doing the residency, so he took the he did 4 fellowships, and after that he became consultant.
Yeah, actually in US, when you work in, again, sorry, ACGME accredited program, you work like 2 to 3 years, you become eligible and you can get license. So license is something you need, so you can get that, so you can work as a consultant.
Okay. And one more thing, Mehwish, what is difference between accredited fellowships and non-accredited fellowships?
Yes, accredited fellowships are those with ACGME. They fulfill the criteria, the standards of ACGME. So they are accredited and you are eligible for board exam or getting license and all that. And the second are some hospitals provide non-ACGME accredited, means you just work there, like clinically you are working in that specialty, but you are not eligible for a board exam. This is basic the difference.
Okay. So
But that will be
non-accredited
counted as clinical
fellowships,
experience.
non-accredited fellowships, if you are doing 2 or 3, even then it will not weigh anything.
I don't think so. No, I'm not sure about this, but I don't think so. When once it's not accredited, you cannot take board exams because
Actually,
after that 5-year route that I just
Hmm.
mentioned, you need
Yes.
to take 2 boards then, one for internal medicine and one for that specialty, whatever anesthesia, nephrology, or cardiology, whatever specialties. So after that 5 year, you have to take 2 board exams.
Okay.
And this
Okay.
is the route without getting into residency, but still you have to take exams.
Okay. So actually, the bottom line is that for that thing, you will have to come out of your comfort zone, and you will have to do USMLE anyways. Okay. So this is the bottom line message, is that because, for example, the people ask me, so I'm telling you from my perspective why I could. First of all, believe me, nobody told me like this. I'm just trying to knock the door of every person back home or anywhere else to please do USMLE, not because that you get satisfied from what you are doing at that moment. If you have, of course, financial problems is a big problem, so your social problems is a big problem, but if you are able to do it, because I came to know very late. I not waste, but I put a lot of effort in doing my post graduation exams after I did my FCPA from Pakistan. But I actually used so much energy, so much money, so much time in doing the exams, which actually gave me a lot of knowledge. But unfortunately, if somebody has twisted my ears to do USMLE, believe me, I would be in US. But the thing, I got late actually, and then COVID came, and then so many problems, and now I'm grown up. And actually another thing which had made me lazy, that I've already reached to the consultant position in Saudi Arabia in a very good hospital. So this is one of the reasons. But the people who are struggling, number one, the people who want to do the best, the people who don't want to remain in laziness and comfort zone forever, please, I humbly request you, don't waste this feeling that after 10 years, 10 years, you regret that you know something, you knew something, and you did not do anything. Okay. So that's what I sometimes feel. And actually, by encouraging all of you, believe me, I still have in some chamber or some portion of my heart that I should do it. I'm telling everyone, but I should also do it. Because remember one thing, life will finish after 1 year or 2 year or 1 day or 1 hour, we don't know. Okay. So life will finish, but you should remain in the world in a way that people remember you in something special. So this is what I wanted. So I think, Mehwish, I'm really thankful to you. If you want to stay, you can stay, but now you are free. I think if any other
Any
question,
age limit for these? Is there
no
any
age limit.
age limit?
No age limit. No age limit, Mehwish. What do you will? Because I have seen for the first time a person who was 55 years old. He was in Australia, and he was going for a gynae oncology fellowship in US. So that person, I remember, 55 years. So Mehwish, few words about it if you want.
No, there is no age limit. What they need is all of the things, the criteria, the standards, what they need. If you fulfill that, you are good to go.
Yes. What we say in our language, dil hona chahida jawan te umra ch ki rakhya. that your heart should be young. There is no harm and no problem in any age. Okay, so you should be young at heart. Okay, no more
Yeah,
questions.
Dr.
So
Nishan, I would like to thank you. Yeah, if there's no more question, I would like to thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure being here, Samkam.
thank you, Mehvish, for your time, and I will keep on knocking your doors every now and then. Thanks a lot.
Of course, of course.
Okay, so now we will any further question before we go towards UK, Ireland, and Saudi Arabia and other countries?
So I'm sorry, I joined little bit, Azhar here. So can you
Yes, sir.
just summarize and just 2 minutes, please? Can you summarize what we discussed
Okay,
earlier?
so actually what we discussed that, of course, whenever, wherever, whichever part of world you are, you have done your post graduation in whatever situation you had done. Of course, there will be social problems, there will be financial problem, there will be so many issues with you which can hamper you to do something else. This is number one. Number two, what you want to do in your life. This is very important. If you want to stay in your village, in your country, in your hometown, and you are very happy there, there is nothing that this is something out of the world. But okay, but if you want to do to listen about the best option which you can have, even if you have lost the train initially, that you have not done the USMLE when you did the graduation, you did not go there for residency, and now you are old and you have done post graduation and now you are settled. Now you can spare some money, some time, so you should do it. That is number one. So after doing USMLE is mandatory. Number one, after doing USMLE, you will try to have an account, and this Frida which we showed is the one where you can find the fellowship programs which are there. Okay, and then once you go there, then you will find the email addresses and the contact numbers for those hospitals where you can contact them. Okay, so this is the one, you see, person to contact for more information about the program. So there are so many programs which are there. Of course, they will ask for USMLE. So there are two sort of fellowships. One are accredited fellowships and one are non-accredited fellowships. Usually accredited fellowships will be more competitive, but there are few non-accredited fellowships which you can do. You will get salary enough to cope your life and stay there with your family. And after that, as Mehvish mentioned, that there will be certain pathways through which you can either be entering in the residency program, because program director is the one who is going to identify whether you are capable or strong, like fit enough to enter in their system. So if you are if they are happy, they can get you entered in the residency program. This is number one. Number two option will be that you keep on working as a faculty member, and after some certain time you can enter. Like, of course, you know, these things will become open. This door is closed for you. The key is USMLE. So before doing USMLE, I don't think so there is any discussion you should waste your time in that. What is the way? First of all, the message is, after doing your post graduation, please do USMLE. This is the bottom line message, all of you. Okay, because any other thing will be after it, because this is what I know. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is what I know, that US training, there is no comparison to US training. Of course, there are loopholes and there are exceptions everywhere. Okay, but usually the standards of US training is the best. Sir, I will request, because I requested Dr. Tahir Akbar to join. So Dr. Tahir Akbar, if you want to speak out for a few words about UAE before we go to Saudi Arabia, and because if you are okay. Yes, Dr. Tahir Akbar. Sir, I think your voice is not audible.
Hello, how are you? Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you. Dr. Tahir Akbar, our senior, our teacher from Al-Ain, Dr. Tahir Akbar. Yes, sir. UAE, Al-Ain, UAE. Al-Ain is a city in Abu Dhabi. It's a part of one of the states of UAE, that is Abu Dhabi, and it's a very beautiful place at Oman border, Al Ain. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Zishan. What is the specific question which I should speak about?
Yeah, sir. Actually, there are people who ask to me about working in UAE as a like like how to enter in the system of UAE. So I will just say few words,
Okay.
and you just add on to it, because actually there are a few
Okay.
one state is Dubai, one state is Abu Dhabi,
Hmm.
okay, and there is one exam, but one I heard there is some one new exam which is for Dubai as well. Uh, is it
Okay,
DHA?
let me just summarize it.
Sure,
Actually,
sure,
I have only about 10 minutes. Actually, there is a Maghrib time now coming near.
sure,
So
sure.
I will just summarize in 5-6 minutes.
Sure.
Okay, UAE has 3 licensing bodies.
Okay.
DOH, Department of Health, which was previously called as HAD. Now it is DOH, Department of Health. It covers Abu Dhabi region. Okay.
Okay.
Second is DHA, Dubai Health Authority. It covers Dubai region. Third one is MOH, Ministry of Health, which covers all other states like Sharjah, Ajman, Ras Al Khaimah, Al Quwain, and Fujairah. Okay, any one of you these days, everything is available on internet. You just visit all these 3 websites, MOH, DHA, and DOH. There is a PQR, which is professional qualifications requirement to get a license to work in your respective specialty. And we will talk about anesthesia only. We are all anesthesia. So PQR actually at the moment for Pakistan is only FCPS. So I get many calls that I have done MCPS, I have done MS. So unfortunately, at the moment, there is no other qualification is accepted in UAE except FCPS. Keep in mind, there is no post of medical officer before MBBS with anesthesia experience or DA or MCPS. They used to get medical officer job, so they could work as in anesthesia department. Now, since past almost 10 years now, there is no post of medical officer, only specialist post, which is, for which FCPS anesthesia with 3 years of experience is accepted. So then you are eligible to appear in exam either in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, or MOH. So when you get a license, then you have to join the respective state. So after 6 months or 1 year, you can move anywhere within UAE. So now these licenses are transferable to any state, but initially you have to get a job in the respective emirate or state from which you got the license. This is the basic thing. And after getting license, to get a job is your own responsibility. Saudi Arabia, to get a job in Saudi Arabia or Kuwait, that is much easier because those jobs are announced and they give, some teams, they come from Saudi Arabia, they get interviews done through these recruiting agencies in Pakistan. So, you call any recruiting agency, they will tell that there are vacancies in Saudi or Kuwait or not. But for UAE, unfortunately, they don't have this kind of system. So it is sort of word of mouth. If some colleague is working there, so through that one you can get any hint that there is a expected vacancy in coming years or coming months. So that is the only reason. Many people, they come, they stay for 1 month or more in UAE and they do job hunting. They go hospital to hospital. They meet the chiefs or get an interview done. And if there is a vacancy, they definitely consider them. Otherwise, they just ask them to keep on waiting. So there is no, surety that you will get a job. So this is a difficult part. Many of my close friends, they ask me to find a job, but I cannot promise. This is the
Actually,
situation.
actually, once upon
Again,
a
in
time,
a whole, yeah.
Sorry, sir, I will
Yes.
just add on to what you said. It's very difficult, number one. And actually, the thing is that because Dubai and Abu Dhabi and even they have very less population. They are not very populated areas. So there are, of course, there are limited job opportunities, limited hospitals and private hospitals. They are very miser. If they can have the work with two people, they will try to make sure even they reduce the number even further. So this is this is your usual mentality is there. Am I right, sir?
Yes, yes, you are right. And other two important things. There is no promotion till 1 year back. No promotion, absolutely. You work the whole rest of your life as a specialist if you remain there. You know, these jobs are not permanent. You don't get a residency. Yes, they introduced this 10 years visa, but that doesn't guarantee, stability of the job situation. They can fire anytime. So just keep in mind this thing. You have to move with the family. So calculate all the risks. Second thing, last year they introduced that you can appear for a consultant licensing exam if you are registered within UAE as a specialist for more than 8 years. So
8 years or
this is
10?
again a remote possibility.
8 years, not
Between
10
8 to 10
years.
years.
Okay.
I think between 8 or 10 years, I'm not sure about it, but minimum 8 years. So between 8 and 10 years, it is. So then you can appear in consultant exam. So again, it is a remote possibility. So these things, just keep in mind before planning to move for somewhere. And now